This is the Resident Evil Zero um gameplay. I want to talk about the why it's so hard to see like a live action adapted series of Resident Evil. Resident Evil. It did a first time done right with the um Resident Evil live action, no One Piece, and they did it right, and you know, you know that they also could do a Saint Seiya with the that's playing Luffy and One Piece. One Piece probably is like a movie or a series. Is it a movie? Is it a series? Is it like similar to like Power Ranger style? that that would have been on like some series, live action series, but wasn't on air, and that maybe didn't have opportunity, and that like how Power Ranger is, like Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. I think Resident Evil 6 is more like a Power Ranger live action thing, but not like how One Piece is. One Piece and that One Piece is like a live action thing movie, and also I don't, and then even explain that it could Luffy could also that player as Luffy could also be Saint Seiya, and that it could be and the Re- Resident Evil like there's already a like a series, but we're not sure will be. Where that probably would take long, and that probably would not be what everyone would expect from if it was made like a live action like the One Piece, the Resident Evil One Piece. No, One Piece is a live action, and also like the one that plays Luffy was also in another streaming service too, like zombies or such, and they had zombies too, and so like there's some examples like the movie of Death Island didn't came, and it came to another to watch in the movie theaters. Yep, in Mexico, and then and it's something with the Resident Evil series, like something that perhaps most will would like to watch or not. And this is my opinion, and this is just a discussion, and that like Chris Redfield, no, yeah, Chris Redfield. There's already a Chris Redfield, but like I said, it's on its own, and it's already doing its season. It's doing like a reboot movie, and it's not like rebooted yet. Or a series like similar to One Piece. It's like already ahead. One Piece is its own thing, and like there's like I could take Resident Evil, but I think there's some examples like maybe like Vex Plus, um, like Netflix, like and Shudder. I don't know about Max because they have changed. Um, they already removed some content from like anime and stuff, and it's released. There's another anime. It was before it was rebooted. It did have like Crunchyroll and stuff, but then Crunchyroll now it's on its own. And they removed some stuff in HBO Max or such Max, and the um Vex Plus would have, like I said, the actor that play as Luffy in One Piece could do like how what they say, like if they whatever comes back to the like episodes and shows, whatever, and maybe surprises will be, or like maybe a Resident Evil could come out, or Saint Seiya. This is a few things. But it'd be like similar to like Power Rangers, you know? Maybe like there's like two levels, you know? How Resident Evil 6 was. Resident Evil 6 had a live action that would have been a live action Resident Evil 6 type of level of like a Power Ranger style, similar um to that series. But like One Piece was something. One Piece is like it's kind of Power Ranger, but it's like a movie or such or a series. I'm not sure. And but like if they ever come back, playing maybe Vex Plus would, because maybe like I'm not sure, or like the new service of like live series, live like series that to watch, but it's live and like it's like kind of exclusive type of way. Like you watch the I don't know sports, well I'm not sure. And then maybe Resident Evil would have been appearing in that series type of way. That would make sense. Oh, but um like Chris Redfield, there it's like it's done. They could do a proper Resident Evil. Like there's already the Winter, there's already Wesker, but it has to they're gonna choose. It's different. Like Resident Zero would have been like a TV series. There's already like a Rebecca Chambers, Billy. Perhaps there's one. But like I say, I'm not sure there's another one. There's another one also, just a second. But like I say, that would have been for Resident Evil C before like why didn't ever come out like how Welcome Back City was, where you do like a fan cast type of way. Just trying to guess if it goes that direction, or and then it never turned out to be. Maybe it's too much. That's why. And that's why the like Resident Evil Vendetta would have been and such series and whatever. Or like One Piece, it's on its own version, and it's doing its one version. They also could do Saint Seiya. You know, they already did a Saint Seiya, but it was on. They did it. They made it on their own. Then some other studio do the Saint Seiya. There's already a Luffy that looks like Seiya, but I'm not gonna jinx it. But it's just Luffy from One Piece. We also could do Saint Seiya because you know there's something like to watch. There's like could be like there's like could be Resident Evil. It could be a series. Like there hasn't been any Ghost in the Shell hasn't been renewed yet. JoJo Bizarre Adventures hasn't been renewed or such. This is perhaps just explaining, and that and Resident Evil hasn't renewed its season yet. And the like live action. I see why One Piece was made. Pretty much like Fix Plus could be because they have like similar to like live channels or something, and they could do a Resident Evil. These are a few examples. Resident Evil, and they could do a like Resident Evil Zero because they had zombies in it with that was playing Luffy. That could be, you know, and that would make sense, you know, and that probably will make sense for Resident Zero. Like I say, like it's been a long time since we hadn't seen like a TV series, anything like that, or anything for like a show to watch. Okay, in my opinion, this is my discussion. Like everyone has their own opinion, but like, um, and like it's a long time since we like hadn't watched like a show that's like something to watch. I'm like, there's Walking Dead, right? That series that that's got better would have been like a game or such, but it's like on TV, and that could be like a live HBO streaming service, but live channel type of way. But like I said, Vex Plus I think will be perfect for Resident Evil to be in, or Shudder or Netflix, or maybe not in Netflix because I see that Resident Evil hasn't been renewed, or not thinking of renewing the season. Ghost in the Shell probably is because it's like perhaps anime and such. That would make sense. And it's like how like Toonami, you know how like Toonami is, where like from cartoons like hosting, and then it's like from at night, and it just shows whatever that is showing. That could be like that example, but it probably will be like in a streaming service. And then there have Resident Evil in it, appearing coming next, Resident Evil, and then later, some like One Piece, and then such, you know. That perhaps like a, and that probably will be exclusive to the streaming service to watch. But this is my opinion. It's like it's a long time, but I think why they put anime just to put it in it, and put anime and put like Netflix did, like they got Shaman King. Super Campeones also could be in Vex Plus, I believe, because it's like it could be, you know, and I believe so. Super Campeones, like Captain Tsura, Dragon Ball Super could be in it. Dragon Ball Super movie also could be in it. You know, Netflix hadn't renewed like Dragon Ball Super in it. There's no Fairy Tale. There's no like Spencer special things offer or something. There's no like Fairy Tale being asked when typing or such a comment, or like Fairy Tale to see. There's no like Dragon Ball Super. There's like, and there's another one that they took Super Campeones and such. But I'm not sure if they will consider to put another added series or a new series, Berserker. But pretty much they lose some of the anime. They went to Crunchyroll, like Berserker or Goblin Slayer and Saint Seiya. Saint Seiya was in Netflix for a while, but it's its own version. But I believe in Vex Plus will, because it has like soccer live channels or something, and that probably would make sense to put like a like Resident Evil. That probably will, and then if it's like could do that, imagine if that could happen, and then you get to see like big names and such on what will play as that look exact same as the characters, because like I'm no like experts of casting of cast or fan casting. Just a fan. I'm just a fan only, and this is just my opinion. But they really do look like their characters. But if Wesker has to be what Homelander is from that series, from Homelander, the boys, whoever from the series, from Homelander, Wesker could look like him for sure. Possible they will look like them, and perhaps the series won't be like too gore or something like that. It'll be like similar to how Welcome Raccoon City is. It's the style, or it's how it was the zombies. But I think the zombie expresses perhaps was more scary the detail and then the scary sound and such. The mansion was good, you know, even the outfit of stars. For Welcome Raccoon City, and that probably like makes sense, you know. And then, like I say, there's already Rebecca Chambers, but like I say, the movies, I'm not sure is already doing its thing, you know. Like, but like I say, they got the inspiration from the movies, you know, that they got the inspiration from the Resident Evil reference or such, or from them and put into their own movie or such, their own game. You know how the Terminator, and then it becomes like Nemesis, and then the other series became like Jurassic Park, became like what Dino Crisis or whatever. Where like Jurassic Park didn't became like that type of way, first person, like similar to Alien Isolation, and then they're making a new one. But like I said, Billy Corgan could be like I always mention about Resident Zero, because that will make sense. Because you know there's like a lot of zombies in here, and then it's difficult, and then you see that Billy Corgan will perhaps help Rebecca Chambers on its journey of surviving, and then there perhaps will be action. Perhaps will be similar to Welcome Raccoon City. You know, it's like CGI enhancement where the chopper crashed to the mansion when you seen the movie. Well, where Jill Valentine looked and said, "Watch out!" and the chopper just came in and just crashed into the mansion from Resident Evil Welcome Raccoon City. That would make sense. And Wesker perhaps will be Homelander. Perhaps if they made Wesker Homelander or change or keep Wesker from the Welcome Raccoon City, or if it's Homelander as Wesker, um, then they have to look at him as a character. You know, it has to be Rebecca Chambers from that is making a Wimmer movie of like similar the Alien Isolation series that's becoming a movie. Molas, whatever, and that could be Rebecca, and then another one is Billy Corgan from Stranger Things. Like I just did an example. Like it would be Welcome Raccoon City, but pretty much it won't be like I can see that it won't be like a car content or like how the movie universe is that is created. It probably would be like the original series like this. Perhaps the character will look like them as their counterpart, you know? And then the probably, but perhaps none will ask for like to see it, or I'm not sure if they will see if it was a live action. But right now, One Piece already has the series of the live action, and like I said, it's just a temporary. I don't just a fan only, just a fan, only a fan, and I just know a few things about the Resident Evil. I've been watching the series and then see the characters, and they just pop out of nowhere. But this is my opinion, and it's pull a cast only. This is just a fan cast. No, I'm just a fan. I'm not the. It's respectfully to the that created Resident Evil. And like how Resident Evil would be interested to see. Like I say, Welcome Raccoon City did great, you know, but this like could be different universes, if they do a proper um made with casting, it would be like very serious now. And like I say, like Rex Plus could be, you know, I see why the movie didn't came to like in the US, the movie theaters. It became like a DVD. I see why, you know. I see why it's like that, you know. And it could be something it could be something in a streaming service, a live TV series, but it'd be like similar to like Hulu. I'm not sure. Hulu has Welcome Raccoon City, maybe it's like an exclusive type of way. I'm not sure, but it has with Max in it and such, like a bundle or whatever. But like Vex Plus has zombies, you know. It did have zombies, just one zombie, and it had something else. I'm not. I think it's just about sports. But if like Resident Evil could come in it, like it could be both proper way because I don't see Netflix like the home where Resident Evil could be in. Like Infinite Darkness did have it because it's anime, you know? Because they put an anime chapter. They put the Infinite Darkness series up to four episodes. And then there's like the TV series of the Resident Evil, and then it was in it, and then that's it, and then it hasn't been renewed or it hasn't gone on air, and so like I think a proper way. This is just my opinion as a fan. I'm like I'm not an expert. I'm just a fan. I think it could go to either Hulu or Vex Plus. Like that's possible because that's the only thing that I kind of know. I don't know much about the Shutter. Shutter, that's like horror. Like Netflix did have Train to Busan. Train to Busan, that was on Netflix. That was like an important. That was like a first glance of its categories or collection or something list, where they did have like Train to Busan and such, but didn't have like anything renewed. Didn't have like Fairy Tail. Didn't have like Resident Evil renewed. Didn't continue with the Resident Evil series with Netflix. Maybe the plan or something in Netflix didn't go well, and that's why it didn't move on. Like I know about this Hulu and Vex Plus is possible because there's like 5 TV channels or something like that, and then it could be cast, you know. Wesker probably still will be either from that was cast already from Welcome Raccoon City. I'm okay with that, you know, him as Wesker in Welcome Raccoon City or Homelander. That's the two things that I kind of know that Wesker could look like that. Rebecca, you know, there was a few things that could be Rebecca, but now it's possible, you know, 100% certainly from the Alien Isolation movie that's coming up. There's a new movie that a rumor is coming out. Could be Rebecca Chambers, you know, and Billy Collin from Stranger Things, but we don't know if it's ever gonna happen because they say rumors about a Dark Side Chronicles or Chronicles story that will be based on this, and perhaps they still holding it, or they're still making it. It's just that it's not announced, but it was a rumor of that live action reboot that either could be Resident Evil 0, it either could be something else. Perhaps they will. No, I think they still continue with the Resident Evil 4 remake, and perhaps it will not change the cast. That's what I believe. Like this is just a fan cast only. It will not affect from the original, you know. It will not like interfere or something. It's just like fan cast only. It's not serious. It's just my opinion as a fan. And then like I know kind of a few things about Resident Evil. And that's why they keep in the Resident Evil reboot the Chronicles universe. Oh, it's not Chronicles. Like it's like kind of type of way with the Chronicles universe, Resident Evil Chronicles, what it's called or something like that. That's based on that's close to the Umbrella Chronicles and such that's telling the timeline of the characters. That be makes sense. Perhaps the will I feel is perfect to be in Hulu or on Vex Plus or Shutter or whatever. But I think it would be good, make sense to if it was a live TV series, but still will have like similar to like the streaming service, a season to watch where you still have your spare time to watch it. It's just that it will be on air like similar to The Last of Us. And then I feel like if they do that direction, this is my guess. If they do that direction and do it with care, with the like with care and such, and finally went serious with the characters and keep the same as the Welcome Raccoon City with the stars, how he looked, it was good. I think it will compete against the Last of Us TV series, but I think they will not do that. It could, it could compete against the Last of Us if it goes that direction, but as a live channel, whatever, that the streaming service has, like similar to Hulu. I don't know about Vex Plus. This is just a few things that they're saying, and like not trying to be like just explaining. That's it, and that's it. That's the details about the streaming service and the channel series, the adapted series. That took a while, and that it's not like perhaps they doesn't mean that they can't do it right. It's done right with the cast. It's just that they're not like not focusing. They're just doing something else, different direction. It's always like that with the movies, with the story, and like I see why Wesker perhaps would be like it would be different from the Resident Zero if it was a series. It will show them what this is will go to the Alkali Mountain, like how the region is, and then you probably will see Billy Colin and his story. You probably will see cutscenes, like maybe Billy Colin escaping or whatever, what happened to him, how he got to the train, I might know, from Resident Zero. But like I say, they're not gonna, will reconsider, making it just a few, that would have been for Resident Evil and its series, and like, I already like seen the CGI and such, like and the zombies, and how it looks, the mansion. This Resident Zero shows a lot of zombies in the Resident Evil 1, because this is like the most difficult, you could see that Rebecca Chambers perhaps will struggle. Billy Colin will be the one saving her and doing his best, and they have to take turns of surviving in the Resident Zero. And like there's a lot of zombies respawning, It could be something like from the forest that never been used, so that for Edward from Resident Zero say there's monsters and zombies and to watch out, and then they never appear like pop out in the window or grab something like that, like those type of scares or such. Like they probably will show the Chronicles stuff, but like we're not sure if they willing to do that. Like Resident Evil, the movie of Resident Evil. I'm not sure about like Alice from the series. They could do that. They could copy it. Like I seen Welcome Raccoon City. They did it perfectly with the mansion and all that stuff. The details. It's just that I don't think they will like want to go very serious with Resident Zero, because there's the reason why they did 1, 2, not 3. And they went to in the ending. They went to the tunnel underground and they escape, and that's it. And like it was good. And then doing the sequel on its own, um, we're not sure if they will want to do that. If they will like Wesker Chris will be serious. What I believe, I think Chris could be serious. And like I don't believe this could be like a B movie. A B movie. It could be like A movie or something like that. This is my guessing. Perhaps it's kind of scary because that they will look at him as the characters and that like like I said, Resident Evil that you seen in the remake of Resident Evil 1, the GameCube, the characters was already like a movie stars or whatever level with the characters of Resident Evil, and just that I don't think Resident Evil is paying attention with that. Just that it's their own thing. But like I say, Rebecca Chambers that was made from Resident Evil 0, like I say, like Resident Evil 1 remake, I got that clue from my experience. I got my clue from Resident Evil 1 remake and 0 GameCube, where they look like more like a movie. They changed the look from the PlayStation 1 or the old school game and made it different. I made it like a movie type of talent CGI universe, and that's why the characters look like that. And then you can't imagine that someday, like way back, I used to watch like cartoons, or whatever, I'm not sure Saturday or something, or you see a show is like a superhero, like how the Homelander is and such. You know, it's like that, you know, and then someday it will be renewed. Someday, you know, after a while, you know, and then the streaming service was made, and then there's a chance could be, and now Rebecca Chambers already exists, you know, it exists. It has to be done right, you know. Perhaps they will do a retelling of the CGI, you know, like Vendetta. I would like to see Vendetta, you know, Vendetta, Resident 0, 1. The important timeline, you know, like Resident 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4 also, and 6. I don't know about 5 because 5 I don't like. It's good. It's not from like how the Resident Evil 4 remake is or Resident Evil 2. You know, it just changed into an action. It could be horror or whatever. It's just the reason why I don't like Resident Evil 5 because I didn't want to see Wesker getting killed off, but it will be, you know. But at least it will show Wesker. That's like the most important character. Type of way. And Rebecca Chambers and Chris and Jill, Claire, Leon. Like I didn't care about Leon, but it's okay with Leon. And the way they chose him a rookie, or not, but I see him. He has like it's already in the game. The story, it's the character that Leon Luck gonna wrong out, and I'm not sure if they will do a TV series with the Resident Evil. I already talked about this for my last video that I upload, and I already talked about the Resident Evil series, what have been, you know. That would make sense, you know. That would probably make sense with a series like that. Or make their own zombie series or such, you know, like how it did, you know. But Resident Evil, I probably would want to see, because you know why I want to see Resident Evil? Because perhaps I would like to see the retelling again of Resident Evil 0. Perhaps do like some cutscenes added before entering Arkham Mountain, or the scares, like how Welcome to the City is, you know. how like Chris Redfield was sweating because he was struggling against those zombies because it was a lot different. That universe is like different. They probably would show some zombies in here, and some Bravo team will get killed off maybe from some like not from off screen. Maybe it will show like perhaps it will show their parts, will get killed off, and then the next one will be focusing on like the main characters, you know, like the original, you know, like how Resident Evil 2 remake. I didn't like the got the character that ate the sandwich or the hamburger from the cutscene, the beginning. But I didn't like that. But Welcome to Raccoon City, it fixed it. You know, it didn't fix it, but it was like a movie. You know, they added the story where Claire was in the same spot with the was eating the hamburger intro. Yeah, there's a difference of that, you know. But I don't know if they want to do a Resident Evil. I'm not sure if I don't know if they're willing to do a live action series or a CGI series with Resident Evil. I don't think they will. This is just a playthrough of Resident Evil 0. You know, the you say the zombies see the zombies. It's like, is it like Delta Team? Is it like how the zombies is? They look like stars or not? I'm not sure. Because Bravo Team came, and I don't know. I don't remember what it was that Bravo Team was sent, because I didn't know if the missing whole team of Bravo or Delta Team was missing. That's why they went over there. Or I did think they just got like a call message, and then they got their chopper went down, and then that's when they started the story of Resident Evil 0. And then they were looking at the note of Billy Corgan, and then he's like a like wanted or something from the series of the Resident Evil series, and then that's why Chris Redfield came later on. But like I said, he's focusing on the Bravo team. Like perhaps fans perhaps don't know how like they think that Rebecca Chamber didn't needed any help, but she did. He needed help. She struggled. Said it was a hard problem. And Billy Corgan was the one that saved her, and they help each other. But I'm not sure how well it will be able to become a live action final boss. I don't know how they will capitalize that. And like there's just a rumor of that I think just want to bring it up about the Resident Evil Chronicles movie, or it will not be. You know, it probably would take long. You know, and that's why there's like another movies is being made. You know, another movie being made, but it's not Resident Evil. You know, but it's a good one. You know, they have like One Piece. It has but that's it. It's like perhaps like on its own version, its own release by One Piece. They're doing the Avatar. Korra, the season 2 didn't came. Korra season 2 that wasn't aired for a long time from Avatar. The last show that you watched was just Korra, and that's it from Avatar, and it hasn't been on air for a long time. And it is kind of like explaining that a streaming service could be to rewatch the show that probably wasn't aired for a long time. Like Korra, the Avatar, there was like a comic about Korra from Avatar, the season 2, that wasn't made or such or continue of Avatar, and that and then it wasn't made for a long time, and that's why Shaman King returned Yuri Kenshin, Full Metal Alchemist, and stuff, but there's not something else added in the categories like Dragon Ball Super. That's good. Saint Seiya. Um, one of the movies from Saint Seiya, or the new season of Saint Seiya. That's like a new one. It's another one, and they didn't bring it. Just another one. Um, that's it. That's those series. But it's its own version, and then why it took so long, and like Homelander is like kind of like a like watching. It's like Chris. It's like Wesker. It could be. First I didn't want Homelander to be Wesker because the cast of Welcome Raccoon City did great with Wesker. He still is okay to be Wesker. But Homelander could be Wesker. Like I say, Rebecca Chamber already exists, like I say, now, now there's like some intention as such, but I don't think they were not gonna do that. Like, there's like, zombies, the story, Stranger Things will be over, but after that, we'll continue, no, maybe not. Like Resident Evil is the only thing that is on its own. It was a lot different than what it was. Infinite Darkness came and Welcome Raccoon City. No, and the TV series, Three Things was released in like perhaps 2021. But I see why they're like I'm not sure if they're making a movie, a reboot. Is it finished with Resident Evil 4? Will they consider another reboot? Will they consider do another one? Perhaps maybe a live TV channel or whatever that could hold the list of like the season episodes, maybe like Rex Plus or Hulu or whatever that have that type of that could afford that. I'm not sure, I don't know much about business or stuff. This is my point of view of directions and guessing, and just talk about it and just what I'm thinking about this live action series that's going on with the One Piece. And I just want to put a few things like Chris Redfield could be like Titan. There's another one also too. Like I'm not an expert of casting, but I can say it's already finished. Kill Valentine. I think there's only two. For Kill Valentine. Two that looks like Kill Valentine. Look like another one that looks like it's like him as the game character. And such. They really do look like they're characters. Like how the Avengers did. With their movie Infinite or Avenger Endgame, and characters look exact same as their counterparts. Oh, Dave, the one who did like an example, they look like their characters. The didn't put like a Spider-Verse live action is like they're in on the shows, and they're there, but they're just on another shows, and they like they did the Spider-Verse live action could be like the Avengers, like Resident Evil could do that, but what happened? It didn't turn out to be similar to the Resident Evil. Like that's why like Resident Evil should like change or go to the same direction as others or something. This is my opinion. But They did that with Welcome Raccoon City, you know, and they changed Jill and Leon, both characters, how they look, you know? And, you know, it's okay with Jill, you know? I care, it's okay because, this fan explaining, and, I'm not sure if they will do, um, like, how the Resident Evil is, you know? Wesker, he's OP, he's, he's like from the Cobra Veronica, Chris. I see why they look exact same as his cover from Cobra Veronica because of Chris and Claire and from the PS1 cover. I see why they look exact same as their counterparts. Like it really is possible, you know, Resident Evil could be. It does exist, you know. There's already a Resident Evil 1, 8, 7, Resident Evil 7, 8. I only care more of the series. It's Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 5. Kind of. If they somehow go to more focus on horror than action, maybe a bit action. Yeah, more action, but not too much. Movie like a balance. I'm not sure. And and like, and that's it. Resident 8, you know. Not like Chris, how he looks, you know. Chris, his original form, you know. That's why the CGI was made, you know, to not get to not to not change. Like this is the reason why the CGI was made, you know, to watch, you know, as a like a fan, to watch the series and not change the looks, but perhaps they will change its race. I really don't want that. Like based on the game or the CGI. The CGI was made because the characters how they look, you know, they stay like that, you know. But in the movie, never thought that in the movie they would change the characters' look, you know, because of what reason? And like like Resident Evil 0, 1, Resident Evil 0 was already made, you know. Like I said earlier ago, this is not like a prediction, you know. Like this already was made, you know. I see that I play a bunch of times Resident Evil 0, 1. Resident 0 is my favorite, you know. Resident Evil 1 is kind of, you know. I wanted to play Vendetta, you know, because of what was the game was. It was more focusing on action, you know, similar to Resident Evil 5, you know. That's the reason why I came, like, wanting to play for Vendetta, you know, to play the game. But that takes too long, you know, and that's how I got my clue with Vendetta, because it took forever to be a game, you know. And this is why, like, the movie was made, live action. Like, the movies always answer, you know. This is my opinion, you know. This is my guess. You know, the movie sometimes will answer it, you know, because like, if you care about like survival horror and zombies, you're into zombies, and then the zombies never appear anymore, you know. That's why there's like Army of the Dead. There's like Ghost in the Shell and such series than just Resident Evil, you know. That's why they all came back than just Resident Evil, you know. And well, I'm not sure like Resident Evil will have, like, I want to see a Resident Evil live action for sure. I do want to see that. Even Vendetta, you know. But like Chris Redfield, you know, it has to done right, you know. It perhaps will have to be similar to its original Resident Evil canon, you know, series counterparts. Leon has. I have no choice. I think you have to consider changing Leon, you know. I'm not good. I'm not so expert of the cast, you know, of how they look. what I already did with Resident Evil 4 Remake, I did it just 2 Leons only, They could they could choose whatever Leon is, That's how they do with the series, They used to have like a fan that did a Lord of the Rings and read the story of the series of Lord of the Rings, the series. They knew about the series about Lord of the Rings and how that was that type of thing, It could be something like that with Resident Evil, or is that like I I just talking, that's it, This is a discussion and it's not serious, This is my opinion, and that like Chris Wesker could be like Homelander, or they already cast with Wesker or Becca. Like there's a there's a few, but I think they really do look like Rebecca 100% is like it's already there, I just saw the series, the familiar installation, Ro Mulas, something that movie is, whoever timeline that uh aliens is from the movie, aliens from the movie from 1979, the series of that will be, I'm not sure, and I don't know what it would be, it was really Culinary 6 too, is there, but like I think they won't do the same how Avengers is, where they pretty much Marvel pretty much hired one of the big names to look like them, And I don't know if they would consider doing that with like how they did Welcome to Cube City. They only did this Chris, Claire, Jill, and Wesker. But not too serious, not very serious with the characters do not look like them from this. Like in the game, I really wish they won't change their race or swap or the character looks, but it probably will, I'm not sure if the inspiration will be, but I really consider to not like Wesker kept himself from the game, and the movies, like you never expected as like a fan to see them in the movie that the characters of all your favorite characters will change as they look, and that's how it is. The difference between like a game and the movie, and the movie universe, and like, uh, like I thought that, like Rebecca is already there, seen it, I put the Death Island or Bandela movie. Bandela is my favorite than Death Island. And there's like a Chris Redfield. I can see Chris Redfield, Leon, Rebecca Chambers in it. Daenerys could choose what they want, whatever. It's like I'm not an expert of casting. That could be if I was part like of the movies, but it's not. It's just an example, It's just I pretend that if I was like maybe part of the movie, similar to like the Lord of the Rings again, like how they did with the story with the series, like EQC or Rebecca Chambers, Billy, and Billy is from Stranger Things, that would be the choice, and then Rebecca Chambers from that's already making kind of a movie from Roll Molas from like Family Isolation, the series based on the original movie from 1979, the movie and its series and such, and it's a good one, and it's not owned by Capcom, it's not owned by Resident Evil, because Alien Isolation it's on its own, but I don't know, but it's like they was on their own. They were, they made their movie. It's just that they never come back, and now they came back. Well, like I say, the studio got bought. And if they hadn't got bought, they would have been similar to Capcom. You know, the studio that created the Alien series, the 1979 or something, the series of the movie. You could see that they could have done a, like a series on themselves, a series on another one. They're doing it, but like I say, they're not independent anymore. Just like Resident Evil. Resident Evil right now is independent. That's the reason why there's a difference. You know, they were like the two, the sequely that I know that it was my favorite. Resident Evil and 20th Century Fox. That did the X-Men series. That did the Logan movie. It was a good movie with a different story, movie story universe. That's why they always kind of answer, and they got bought, and that's why they're not doing it. They're not making more of the X-Men series anymore because it's owned by Marvel. And Logan, it was a lot different than from the comics. I didn't know if Logan was like in it in the comic or was just made up, because in that universe it was good. You know, I really did enjoy that Logan movie. It was really good. You know, it was different. It was good. Like how The Last of Us is, you know, like that type of direction, you know. It was very good, the story, you know, and the background story was meaning at the end. And just like Resident Evil, it's on its own, and it's different, you know. Resident Evil, perhaps will take long. It will go back what's original, maybe take long, and delay a lot, and perhaps not gonna release any new content. Perhaps, I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. This is just talking while playing. I'm not sure if like I see another shows and stuff. I just putting things. I'm just like, commentating. I'm just like to add a few things while playing the gameplay. This is Zero. And like I say, it's different in the puzzles, and it could be either CGI, but like how you see how the CGI took. Maybe no one requested, or some fan requested, or ask about like, oh, when was the sequel? No, it took a long time. You know, it took a long time, and they kind of like don't like that type of way, you know. It would have been like similar to like Marvel did with the 1 year later or something like that, because you know, maybe aging, that's the reason why. I'm not sure. And like it's now it has its chance. Resident Evil, like it did way back when that we have for Resident Evil with Resident Zero 1, but it didn't. Now it has a chance again, you know. Now it has a chance with another Resident Evil series, live action, Chronicle series, Resident Zero, you know, to see on live T channel that a bundle do have, and maybe Resident Evil could fit in and use that maybe, or see that direction, or not, or not anything like that. Or right now, like there's Chucky came, but it's on a TV series, then a streaming service. Chucky came to Sci-Fi, and it's season 3. Like you say, I'm telling you, it's not a doesn't mean it took long. So maybe it wasn't asked or considered like see those shows again. And like there's like Chucky, Michael Myers was already finished. That's a different one. Different but they did release it, didn't took long. Just like Chucky is. that didn't took long. Like it's different than the anime games. It's probably take long, and then that's why it's good, you know. That's why you want to see that. Um, like I say, it could be like similar to Tsunami, where it's like a five have their own um series, and then it's the series release One Piece. It could be like Dragon Ball Super. But I don't see it. I don't see it in streaming service or anything like that. Anything special or anything like that. Just when it was all hype, where it was just shown, where it just shown, like you could show Zero 3, Fairy Tail, um, it could be like that from the series, or it will not, you know. But during that time in the hype train, it started with Divergent the series, you know. But then the Batman, it took long. Finally went serious with like a producer or studio took over with the Batman series to finally went series again. Not get like to mess it up, or they're trying to mess it up, you know. If they get owned by a new owner, like as a fan of like the Batman, like shouldn't be messed with, you know. And just they can release it later on if they want. That's why it went serious again with the Batman. Even if there will be a spin-off, I didn't see a spin-off of the Batman or Batwoman or something like that. With and um and I don't see anything like that, you know. Like I've been playing Resident Evil and such. Like I know a few things with the series of Resident Evil. It is the story. And yeah, but like I say, it's always I don't pay attention too much with the changing. Just that I just play Resident Evil, Wesker, Chris, such, Code Veronica. Like I say, that probably take long, you know, and that's why there's no shows than just Resident Evil waiting, you know. Like Ghost in the Shell was a thing to watch, but then it wasn't renewed ever again, or such, or I consider making a new season. And I just Saint Seiya or the new Fairy Tail series just renewed to Crunchyroll. You know, it's different, you know, anime or game or that's based owned by um studios, whatever, and it take long. That's why there's another one like the Batman came back, anime shows, whatever. There's um the One Piece, but that took forever too. This Shaman King. Maybe anime you do have some 50-50 chance it could come back. Not Ghost in the Shell because it's like similar to Resident Evil. Probably would take longer to be aired again. Or a season. Another season. Oh. 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 Oh, it was exclusives. There's like a skin that used to be based on the Ghost in the Shell characters. That was a thing, but then not anymore. That was that time where it was hype train, you know? You get to play the game or demo one time, and is gone or such. And well, and you get to see that there was King of Fire, the movie that wasn't renewed or that didn't air or whatever, and, and um and like it was a lot of things that than just Resident Evil has been doing. Pretty much the anime came, then the movie, then Army of the Dead came, and then the Batman, and there was um then there was the movie theaters, and then they brought anime into it. Dragon Ball Super came, Dragon Ball, and then there's Demon Slayer, Sailor Moon, and Fate Stay Night, and so on and so forth. And and but I'm then just Resident Evil, and right now they're just doing the Death Island. That's it. Pretty much the Color Studio took over. I'm not other movies is made their own series. I'm not sure if they did during those time where the hype train started with Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell started the hype train with this is Resident Evil. Resident Evil, like you tell as a fan, like tell like why Resident Evil hasn't can't do that. You know why can't it has like a big name play as the characters? Like they brought like the Maze Runner, and just only that, why like can't bring like another big like the proper way, like a show, a series could be in the future. It will have now because you know even that it will not, but like the Resident Evil did a kind of like adventure way with Marvel on its own Marvel version with all four characters together. That would make sense, you know. That's a proper like a good way for them to do like a TV series or whatever, a live TV live channel or something based on the streaming service bundle has, whatever. Maybe Resident Evil could be there, and then could put like Resident Evil Zero, the big name. And you know, I can say Ghost in the Shell started it all, you know, because it's like similar to Resident Evil. So in their games, it was a lot different. It's not like they didn't want the same as Resident Evil, you know. Their business and release a game like similar to Resident Evil, the characters, so players could play it, but it's not like that, you know. And so, they did brought like Ghost in the Shell. They were the first. They brought like a big name to play as the character of Ghost in the Shell, characters and all of them. They did it perfectly, and then how they look. It was for me. I thought Jill would have been like Scarlett Johansson, but it didn't turn out. You know, just another one could be for Jill. Like now there's a chance for Carlos. But don't think they will do that. But like I said, that was just the hype train started with this series, and like the anime, I think they already Seven Deadly Sins are renewing their show. Seven Deadly Sins. It's their own thing, you know. It brought back, and then they did their story. They brought the model, Melodies. They brought the. It's just Resident Evil, you know. It's like you have your PvP, you have your stuff with Seven Deadly Sins, you know. Like and a collaboration or something like that with Seven Deadly Sins. I think both started it, you know. It's just Resident Evil. Resident Evil did their collaboration during that time, but it was on their own. But like I said, Seven Deadly Sins been doing their collaboration for a while. They still do, just on their own time if they want. Or, like they did their own Ghost in the Shell. Both series of different anime did their own. Ghost in the Shell just did it once, like like how they like would consider do like one time only, and like they did with the Ghost in the Shell. I'm like, that's why I thought it would have been for Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil has now like there's like multiple for Jill Valentine. Um, it's not hard to do like a proper like a done right with the Resident Evil. Like, there's a lot of stuff, you know. But I see why Alice is good, you know. Alice was a good movie, the first one. I enjoyed the other series of Alice. It was good. And I really do enjoy the series. Resident Evil, just that, I just go, talk about it, or I don't, like, care much about the what the story will be. It was good for me because just like Resident Evil 6 was, um, Resident Evil 3, and then like I say, like the only Resident Evil was very hard. You couldn't pass it. Like I say, it was very difficult before they changed it, and then made it different. Um, and like they said, Marvel did their own. With the Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man, or returning. Not sure it's returning. The Amazing Spider-Man or something like that. And like how 2099 was, or 2099 was looking in and see what to prevent what's happening from the comic universe, or whatever that's been doing. And that's it, and that what was 2099 was doing, and like I said, there's a few things I like to put in. This is a discussion, let's talk. And it's just like the first thing that I explained those things, but it never will turn out to be, like how they did with the Max. Not like you will become like similar to how Cartoon Network is with Toonami, with Tom. He could be like similar, be like the host in this next episode or next series, and then you say something, and it could come. It won't go serious or such. But Ghost in the Shell King, and such, that will like what will have 7 Suit since is the only anime that renewed its series. Then just JoJo Bizarre Adventures didn't renew, or Castlevania Return, but it's insane, It's like you have to say something about that, No, this is explaining discussion that knowing two things, but I think 7 things is better because keep going, I don't know how long it will be, but if you keep going and did a collaboration before, and stuff, and like Resident Evil hasn't done any lately since Life After. They did Life After. They did another battle royale, Pudge, with collaboration with Resident Evil. That's it. Ghost in the Shell was good. I see why it's a lot different than Resident Evil. I don't know if they're the same. Ghost in the Shell and Resident Evil. I don't know if they're the same. That they are the same. Like the same studio or not. If not, it's something else, So that's a question right there. There's something else. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, it's just that now you're a fan of Resident, but you're also like a fan of Ghost in the Shell, and they brought their exclusive skin, like characters from a mobile game, and it came out, like Resident Evil is doing their own thing, like how they did with Resident Evil this generation, the mobile. But then it didn't turn out to be like a game, like a PS Vita, you know? It would have been perfect for the release for mobile, but I see why it came out for mobile, you know? Why, you know? Why that example that it came out, you know? Able to, or players able to play it on mobile, and that's why the Mega Man that still continue, you know? Marvel Revolution was cancelled, you know? Marvel Revolution was cancelled. It was a good game, you know. It has the watch, it has everything. It has like what happened, something update. What happened? It got cancelled. It didn't receive well, you know. The players didn't. It was a good game, you know. Similar to like another open world game, open map or something. Right, it's a bummer that it was cancelled. The Marvel Future Revolution and Marvel Future Revolution, and that's why it was cancelled. Mega Man Offline still continue, you know, but I'm not sure if it will get cancelled. No, it will not. It will continue. That's a good direction, for because it's something to play. Then just because Resident Evil hasn't being released like on like how it is, like I'm seeing from other studios or such, just Resident Evil, you know. Resident Evil has been lately I like cooperation with Life Factor. Life Factor make their own Fading City. I think they're kind of similar to Resident Evil, but I'm not sure. NetEase Games, and but like you say, it's like an all-star or something. I'm not sure much about that, NetEase. And like it has mobile, it has like Dead by Daylight. But like it has Life After, you know, and it's like a smart way or something type of way. They will bring Fading City. It's a lot different, you know, a lot different than The Last of Us. Like Fading City is something, you know, perhaps it's a lot different than The Last of Us, you know. It probably will be better, you know. But like I said, Resident Evil hasn't like released anything lately with like this like not like a remake of Resident with this generation to PS Vita. It's in mobile. Once was in mobile. Like I say, the like Seven Deadly Sins was one of them. The Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. And this series and exclusive was a thing, you know. That's why Infinite Darkness was in. I'm not sure if Netflix wanted it's one of its title to the streaming service, but if it is, if Netflix really did consider wanting to have one of this is my guess as a fan, if Netflix was consider having one of the Resident Evil titles to its streaming service, and that's why it started. You know, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness and Resident Evil and TV series, like how Resident Evil Revelation was kind of exclusive to Nintendo, and but after that, that was the last time, and like I say, like PlayStation, like I say, Sony, it's like like they did help with the CGI, but like I say, Sega brought it, you know, because maybe it was like a thing. If they do this, then there may have to be something else, you know, for like Sonic, you know, Sonic coming to like movie theaters or something like that. That'd be something, you know, and then they bring Resident Evil to the movie theaters for fans to watch, you know, just fans to watch, and then that's why, you know, that's why Sonic came, like, and Resident Evil came from Death Island, and then a sequel, you know, and that was a good thing, you know. But like I said, because they did Resident Evil Code Veronica came to Sega and consoles, and that was something about that, that's why it's like the movies, even so it's not a console, but it is for me because it was something, it was something special when you see the Sonic and then you got to see Resident Evil Vendetta, and then after that studio hasn't appeared, but they were the one that did the animation and such, and they did a sequel of Death Island, and well, like I say, I don't know if like I said, that's something that the titles get exclusive than just consoles, because like I say, Sony also was part of Resident Evil, and they did the CGI series, but Sega was the one behind Resident Evil Vendetta that came, and even Netflix took Resident Evil, like what I say, exclusive, I'm not gonna say to take part of the consoles. Like Resident Evil 4 remake is okay, I'm not never say it's exclusive, I never say or take part any of that, it's on their own by Resident Evil, I'm just a fan only, just guessing. And Resident Evil would be done great if it was exclusive, because you probably would get Revelation, Resident Evil Outbreak remake, or Resident Evil 3 remake director cut, or a Resident Evil 0 remake, Resident Evil 1. But it's on their own, Resident Evil has been doing that on their own, and PlayStation hasn't done anything since the old days of PlayStation 2, where PlayStation did the Resident Evil Code Veronica was only on PlayStation 2, and that's why the other one, like 1886, The Order came, and Control, and then some, and that's why Resident Evil hasn't and then you want to see the original, but then it goes to the CGI, like I said, PlayStation hasn't done anything lately with the Resident Evil series. The CGI did, the movies, and then unless, like I say, if they don't if they're like not focusing on Resident Evil, thinking if Sega do a console, maybe Resident Evil will go to Sega, because I see why, because there's how they did with Vendetta, I see why they could do that, than just PlayStation or Sony, and Resident Evil, Infinite Darkness came to Netflix, because Netflix wanted it. They wanted its series, It could be something else. No, that's the question. That's something, an answer. That maybe it's a clue that's why it hasn't been renewing yet, because maybe they didn't make Netflix hasn't renewed its season. It could be something else. Another platform could take over Resident Evil, to watch, or just a renewed CGI, or a live TV series, or something like that. It's possible, It's possible for Resident Evil to have that, and that's why, like I said, Sega was the one that did it with the Vendetta, Resident Evil Vendetta. Their name platform was in the beginning of the movie of Vendetta, and it was only one-time deal, Then how Resident Evil Death Island is. Resident Evil Death Island was different. I'm not sure why, because if it was Sega, perhaps that would make sense, because they were part of the movie theaters. Maybe they probably will put Resident Evil in the movies, in the how it is. It's that it changed, because they weren't if they were part of Resident Evil, Sega, and they took Death Island, they probably would be released in the US, and you still will get your DVD release, but you still will receive your DVD. It's just that you will have the movie theaters, movie released publicly to watch the Resident Evil. Yeah, but I see why it went different. I see why it's different, and that makes sense. I don't know much about business about that type of direction, and that's why console could be something with Resident Evil. With Code Veronica. It was Code Veronica X or something that was part of Sega. That's why it's something with it. That's the good thing they started a hype train with Resident Evil Vendetta. It was a one-time deal in movie theaters, and that was something, and then they brought it back and never expected it would come back with Infinite Darkness and the TV series, and then they brought it back to Death Island. It's all thanks to Sega. That's why Resident Evil came, and Netflix also. But right now, Netflix hasn't renewed its series with Resident Evil. It's something. If it takes forever, you don't need to wait. This is my opinion. As just a fan, only discussion. I think they could go to Hulu or to Vex Plus or um or Shudder, and then that would make sense. That would make sense. With Resident Evil could be in there, and perhaps they will do something with the Resident Evil series. Maybe they will do like a characters look like them. They will probably make it right with the original story and stuff. But I don't think they will reconsider doing that. Marvel it did have so many chances with its Marvel Spider-Man movie. It was good. I think we would consider cast a new Spider-Man and what I believe. I think they should consider doing make a new Spider-Man. Because I think they should do that. A new Spider-Man. It's what the other movie did. I think they consider doing another Spider-Man, but a new one. A new Spider-Man. This is my opinion, stuff, and like it's a lot different. The series, the puzzles, but I think it will not be like this. I don't think some big streaming service or such will try to try to get one of the Resident Evil titles. It could happen. It did it before. It could happen. It's always possible. Because of what Netflix did. Anything is possible. Anything is possible that Resident Evil could get one of their titles into a streaming service or TV series. It's interesting. There's like the fans, remember, to watch. There's there's a thing to Silent Hill. Silent Hill took forever. Silent Hill took forever. Metal Gear Solid took forever. Good thing I'm just a Resident Evil fan. I'm also a fan of Metal Gear. Just that I'm more into Resident Evil. And that's why it did great. Resident Evil did done its own. It's independent. This is the reason why they did their own. I don't know much about this of all upcoming edition of Resident Evil. And I think they will not do a series. Perhaps they will take. This is my guess. Perhaps they will be similar to like Silent Hill on its own different way, like take along. That's to be some example. Its own way. Just like Silent Hill took long, it's not like similar to Resident Evil. Maybe they are, but um, it will be on a different way. Metal Gear always been something else. Um, but like I say, Metal Gear always been top. They wanted to see like Metal Gear will have been like Hugh Jackman, Solid Snake, but they never did. You know, they never put that type of way. That took forever. You know, Resident Evil starting to elite. Even so, they don't want to do that. You know, maybe don't want to do that, but maybe should. You know, and they did. You know, with the Welcome Raccoon City. They did the Resident Evil 3 remake. Different direction, different story. Why? Because there's a reason. I know why. And we're not really sure if Resident Evil want to do a vocal, want to do another like a live action series properly. But with the characters look like them, you know, perfectly, you know. Maybe don't want their characters maybe not change their look. They probably will. I believe so. I believe they will. I don't know. It's a 50 chance. Maybe your favorite characters will change their looks or how they look. You know, it could be something. You know. But I don't know much about this upcoming edition of Resident Evil. And if they consider making another series with Resident Zero with the Chronicles, Dark Side Chronicles or Chronicles story, that'd be good. Like I say, I won't take any. This is the rightful owners of the Resident Evil. This is a discussion, explanation, and don't this is just an explanation that I've been doing that I built up like the hype train some type of way. And like I say, Ghost in the Shell was the hype train. It was like an example, it was like something. It was the character, one of the characters in live action. It did pretty good, you know. I don't care about the negative reviews from the movie of the live action Ghost in the Shell. It was a good movie, you know. It was a really good movie. How Jill know how the character looks. What happened Jill also, you know, that was the point of the hype train. Of the characters of them being used or something, or have the spare time, but no. This is my guess and such. And that would make sense, you know. I don't know much about this live action series and the cast. You know, this already ate the winter, you know, but it probably will take long too, you know. And this is like this, like I said, this is like now the second time I kind of did the fan cast. The first one was another one, but that what didn't make until later on. Like now this is like very close to the characters, like Rebecca Chambers, Billy, Wesker, Claire. I don't care about much about Brad. I do care about Nemesis pretty much because he's like scary, Raccoon City.